Alright, okay, heading back. I don't have enough arms here. Again, on this perfectly miserable day. It's a perfectly miserable day. I got the camera. Okay, now it's good. Alright, so I'm gonna head back, heading into the wet, miserable stuff. So yeah, so I was doing some chainsawing yesterday. Oh, pure lay, guys. He's here pretty much every other day. Anyway, so my soul searching, as I was talking about in my last video. I was talking to my client that I cut the trees for yesterday. Well, the night before, whatever. And I was talking to them, and they're like, okay, they have a whole bunch of relatives that live beside them, right? And they need all kinds of stuff done, and their relatives are like itching to get a hold of me, kind of thing, right? And I'm like, I've got like 12 clients already. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I just can't do it. You know what I mean? If I get the odd little day where I don't have anything to do, which is very rarely, maybe I'll do some extra stuff. But the stuff they want done is kind of like the same thing I've been doing there, with a lot of brushing. So a brush cutter, the brush cutter I got, if I can get the part for it and figure out if what you call it, the thing with the carburetor, why it bogs out, I think it's just that little mesh screen in the carburetor. That's probably what's wrong with my other chainsaws too, which, again, getting around to it, I have like maybe about another 3 or 4 weeks where I can get around to that stuff. And if I don't, then I'm done for the season, because I'll be just way too busy to deal with it, right? But if I do, then I got a mega brush cutter. But I think I'm gonna just buy one of the small ones. Got a friggin' snowflake up there. But if I get the small brush cutter slash whippersnipper, which I have to get the new oh, he's in a rush. Then after that, he'll be up by my place, probably go to my aunt's or whatever, drop stuff off there. So anyway, what I was getting at is I got, if I get the brush cutter and the pole arm saw this year, I think that will be one of the best investments I can make for my business, because chainsaws, I'm good for chainsaws for a while. Although, yeah, I'd like to have some more bigger chainsaws. Is he going to my place? Or is he turning around? Oh, no, he's turning around. I guess my I get a big grin on his, you can tell the guy enjoys his job there. But it'd be a good run to have up here, because like everybody's pleasant to deal with, and you just like drive from here to Gracefield and that's it. And it's just like, oh yeah, all country folks. Drop stuff off the door, don't get bit by the dog. You're good, right? But anyway, so the brush cutter would make life easier for me. The one I'm looking at is like it's a whippersnipper brush cutter all in one, and it's about $600, which is okay. It's a chunk, you know, it's a chunk. But if I put it on the credit card, like, I mean, 2 or 3 jobs with it, it pays for itself, right? Like my little chainsaw is already paid for itself. I'm just paying off the big chainsaw now, right? Even though I did everything as a package deal. So if I have that plus the shorter pole arm saw, which is like 8-foot reach, which will do most things that I need to do, that's about $1,200 of investment. Then the 2 spools for my other 2 whippersnippers, and a big thing of whippersnipper line. It'd be under $2,000 anyway for everything. that'd be a great start. So what I might do is, like, I'm not gonna jump on that right away. I want to go into the still shop because there is a, I think it's the FS 79 or whatever, FS 56 or whatever it is. I can't remember what model it is. Where you can actually get it's like you buy the power head and then you buy all the attachments, which I like the concept of that, because then you don't have to buy all these different tools. But a lot of times those multi-attach things, they usually never work as good as just buying the actual tool, you know what I mean? Like the dedicated tool. So now the upper end whipper brush cutter, which I'd get a lot of use out of it, even just on our own property here. You're looking at probably over $2,000 for one of those. Which, would it be worth it? Yeah, it'd be worth it. But chainsaws I use a lot. Brush cutters, it's kind of like, you know, once you brush cutter an area, you kind of never need to do it again. You know, because you could stay on top of it with the whippersnipper, right? So that's why I think the smaller one makes more sense, because at least I get to use it like a whippersnipper and get more use out of it, even if I can't do as big a trees. But that's what the chainsaws are for, right? So the way I'm looking at it, I think that would be a really good investment, and then I could take on those other jobs a little bit, but I'd have to do them for slightly higher than 25 an hour for that. You know, plus they'd have to pay the gas and the you know, the extra blades for the, you know, brush cutter and stuff like that, because you have to charge for that stuff or you never make any money, right? So, and most people, just the fact that you're getting it done, they don't care. They're like, whatever it costs, you know, I just want it done. Because a lot of people can't do that kind of work, right? They're either too old and whatever. But the thing I like about the brush cutter is when I'm brushing hills, you know, it'd be really good. And the other thing that would work really well too is, like, where the brush cutter is not quite powerful enough, I can use the pole arm saw. So no bending when I go to brush cut with the, like, side of a hill. That pole arm saw thing is really cool. I'm going to have to, I think it was about 600 bucks, so 600 plus tax, it'd be just around the $700. So I'm looking at about maybe 1,400 just for those two items, which I think would benefit me greatly, benefit my buddy and I greatly, because he has some of those things, but like the tree branch cutting and stuff like that, if I don't have to get up on a ladder or go as high on a ladder, I think that's the way to go. So I'm supposed to get my credit card statement any day now. When I do, and I go pay my credit card, if the still shop is still open, I hope it still is. I pray they didn't close down, because if they did, that'd suck. Because they're nice and close, right? Not that I can't go to another one, but, or even ordered off the you know, off the internet or whatever. Sure, I could do that, but problem is I like to go into a store, especially tools like that, pick it up and handle it. You know what I mean? Like, would I bought the same chainsaws had I not walked in the store and picked them up? I don't know. Am I happy with the chainsaws I bought? Yes, especially my big chainsaw there. You know, like that MS400 is an awesome chainsaw, guys. Like, it's so good. It might not be the most powerful chainsaw in the world, but that's not what I worked with it 3 hours yesterday. You know, I mean, of course I had to do a lot of cleaning up of the stuff I cut up with it, but it's just like, okay, today I'm more sore because I was on the side of a hill, not sore because I was holding a chainsaw. My shoulders aren't burning and stuff like that. Where when you get those big heavy chainsaws, for example, even like a 500i, it's like for what it is, a lot of power, sure, but it's still a heavy saw. You know, it's still a very heavy saw. The Husky, like 272, 372, 572, those things are boat anchors. They're heavy. You got to use those all day. You're gonna feel it. Look at that. Snowing and sunny at the same time. What a strategy. But one of the big things is, like, I'm going to probably get a multitude of bars for my MS400, because if I do have to climb a tree, I don't want to climb a tree with a 20-inch bar. But I'm going to get a 16-inch bar, an 18-inch bar, and a 28-inch bar. And I'm going to have them set up. The 28-inch bar is going to be set